Alright, so there's been, I don't know, the usual, some updates to the game, and there has been some character updates. So as far as the updates to the game, I can't say I really care. You know, it's the usual stuff. I'm not really gonna go through this, because it's basically bugs that they fixed. You know, if you just kind of quickly scan this like I'm doing behind the scenes, you know, it's nothing special for me to really take a look at and truly talk about. It's just updates, whatever, bug fixes. But what I do want to talk about is Imperial Probe Droid and Director Krennic both got updates. So, let's get into it. The first one that they have here is Imperial Probe Droid Special 2 Self-Destruct. New final text. Imperial Probe Droid instantly defeats itself, which it always has. Deal massive damage to target enemy, which it always has. Deal bonus damage to other enemies equal to 30% of their max health. Expose all target locked enemies for 2 turns. This attack can't be evaded. While Imperial Probe Droid has full health or has no active allies, the cooldown of this ability is set to max and can't be reduced. Set to max while he has no allies? So I guess self-destruct is supposed to be seen as like a last resort? I mean, I don't think Imperial Probe Droid is going to win if he was by himself anyways. If your opponent took out all the enemies, I mean, all your teammates, I don't think Imperial Probe Droid is going to go hard and destroy things. You might as well just let him self-destruct. Depending on the game mode, too, that could be beneficial. You know, if it's something like Territory Wars, maybe you get a last ditch and one of them dies, and now someone else goes in, or you go in, and now you have 4 enemies to work on. You know what I mean? Defeating. Or what other game mode might it be good in? Not really Conquest, not really Grand Arena. Yeah, Grand Arena, actually. Forgot about that. And then also, this is kind of lame, but there's Galactic War. I mean, you're most likely just multi-simming that, but you never know. Maybe you're a newer player and you have Imperial Probe Droid. Could come in handy. Anyhow, Unique 1. I think this is just a straight-up new move. I don't remember. Let's go. I don't know if he's already been updated either. That's another problem. Because this is, I mean, today is 2.4, and they're telling us about this, and this update already happened. So I don't know. He could be already updated. So if I went to go look at him now, I might not learn anything. But I think this might be a new move added to him. I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, it says Unique 1. Imperial Logistics. New final text. Imperial Probe Droid has plus 50% max health. At the end of each droid ally turn, at the end of each Empire ally turn, and at the end of each Rebel enemy turn, Imperial Probe Droid gains 3% turn meter. Jeez, that's a whole lot of turns just for 3%. It makes it sound like it's going to be something good, and then, oh, 3% turn meter, like, oh, wow. Whew. While Imperial Probe Droid is active, target locked enemies have minus 25% evasion and can't gain buffs. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, they have to be target locked, but still. While in territory battles. Now, I know he had an Omicron. I don't remember the details. However, I do know that the details of it were good. Because I did slap down the Omicron on my Imperial Probe Droid. So anyways. What it says now, which I guess is different. It says, at the start of battle, Imperial Probe Droid loses all protection and gains that much max health. Imperial Probe Droid revives with 100% health after using self-destruct and ignores taunt effects. Well, I mean, self-destruct would ignore taunt, right? You're blowing up, like you're just hitting everything. At the start of each encounter, Imperial Probe Droid is revived with 100% health. So, this would be like a multi... That makes it sound like it could be like a multi-phase game mode or something. So that way then it's each encounter. So what would this be? Like a old, I don't know, like an assault battle or something? Or one of those old-fashioned Galactic Challenge? No, Galactic Challenge was only 1 tier, right? I don't know. When would this... No, it says territory battles. So that's... Yeah, this doesn't even make sense. Oh, wait. Territory battles. I was thinking territory war. Okay, now this makes sense. Yeah, so each encounter, so like there's 4 waves. Sometimes there's 2 waves, 4 waves, or whatever. Wow, so that means he comes back. So that means you can basically blow up twice in the first wave. And now he should be dead for good in the first wave, because it says he revives with 100% health after using self-destruct. Unless it's just continuous. It doesn't say it's only one time, so I guess as long as you die by using self-destruct, he comes back every single time? Wait, this sounds... Huh, okay. Now this kind of goes back to what I was making fun of before, when it said Imperial Probe Droid has his cooldown on max and it can't be manipulated, and I said, he's not like he's gonna win anyways. Maybe he could. He keeps just self-destructing and then coming back. Well, anyways, whenever Imperial Probe Droid uses self-destruct, the target enemy takes additional damage equal to 200% of Imperial Probe Droid's max health, and other Empire allies gain offense equal to 300% of Imperial Probe Droid's offense stacking until they're defeated. Huh. So based on this Omicron, it sounds like you're gonna want to mod Imperial Probe Droid for both health and offense. You want his health to be a lot, because it seems to be what this is all about. It's just health. Health. Oh, he loses protection and gains that as health. You know, it said something else earlier up here about health. Yeah, he gains plus 50% health. So the more health he has, the more that 50% will be. And then takes damage equal to 200% of his health. So the more health you have, the more extra damage you're putting out. And then you also want offense up because... two reasons. A, obviously the higher his offense output is, I would imagine that's going to correlate to his self-destruct. So that's just going to do more damage by default because his offense is higher. But also, the higher his offense is, the more that the Empire allies are going to gain. So then they're hitting super hard, almost like what happens with Qui-Gon. With his Omicron, once he's defeated, the whole team gets juicy as F. That must be why I put the Omicron on him, because yeah, it is actually pretty awesome. Anyways, Unique 2. Now, I'm pretty sure this is definitely new. I don't think he's ever had Unique 2 before. Unique 1, maybe. I just don't remember it, but Unique 2, I don't think so. So this says, description. Imperial Probe Droid gains a rank whenever it exposes a target-locked enemy. Whenever Imperial Probe Droid is defeated, its rank is reset to rank 1. If all allies are ISB and there is another rank 3 ISB ally, Imperial Probe Droid revives at full health and protection whenever defeated, which can't be prevented. Oh. Rank 3 ISB? What does ISB mean? I don't know what that means. ISB? If all allies are ISB, Imperial... I don't know. Anyways, if Major Partigaz is the ally in the leader slot, all Imperial Probe Droids' chance effects are increased to 100%. Okay, so that's obviously a new character we're getting. I do know that we're getting a whole bunch of characters. I will have to make these kit reveal videos sometime soon, because CG launched about, I don't know, 8 kits. Part of their next era of marquees, so I'm sure Major Partigaz, however you say that, is in there. So for now, he's nobody to me, but we'll be learning about him soon. Maybe that's what the ISB is as well. Maybe that'll make more sense then too. Anyways, upgrades. At rank 2, whenever IPD is defeated, inflict all enemies with healing immunity for 1 turn, which can't be resisted. At rank 3, healing immunity can't be dispelled. Final text. Imperial Probe Droid gains a rank whenever it exposes a target-locked enemy. Whenever Imperial Probe Droid is defeated, its rank is reset to rank 1. If all allies are ISB and there is another rank 3 ISB ally, Imperial Probe Droid revives at full... Okay, we already saw this. Why is it telling us this same crap? It's kind of weird and lame. Anyway, so that seems to be the upgrade with Imperial Probe Droid. Some changes to some of his existing moves and the addition of a new move. Now on to Director Krennic. Basic. Test their defenses. Old final text. Ooh, the other one didn't tell us old. This one does. That's cool. Deal special damage to target enemy and inflict tenacity down for 3 turns. New final text. Deal special damage to target enemy and inflict tenacity down for 3 turns. Same, but then, if the enemy is already exposed at the start of the turn, target lock them for 2 turns. Oh. Okay, that's kind of lame. That's all it adds is target lock. Alright. Special 1. Deployed garrisons. Death Trooper Assault. Old final text. Deal special damage to all enemies with a 70% chance to stagger them for 2 turns. If any enemies are debuffed, revive Death Trooper with 20% health for each debuffed enemy. If Death Trooper is present, he is called to assist. Has he always had this much Death Trooper or synergy? I didn't realize. I mean, I know he had an Omicron that was specifically for Death Trooper, and I always thought it was kind of lame-ish. I never realized he had this. That it's, they revive as long as you get a debuff. That's cool. Or they assist if they're there, Death Trooper. I didn't know that. Anyways, new final text. Deals special damage to all enemies with a 70% chance to stagger them for 2 turns. Blind all target locked or exposed enemies for 2 turns. If any enemies are debuffed, revive Death Trooper with 20% health for each debuffed enemy. If Death Trooper is present, he is called to assist. Call all other ISB allies that are rank 2 or above to assist, dealing 50% less damage. So basically, the thing's exactly the same. It just adds in that additional assist from ISB allies, which is cool, but not as exciting. Just like the first one, it just adds one little line to the kit. Special 2, experimental weaponry. Old final text. Deal special damage to target enemy and inflict a debuff. Attacker, stun, healer support, ability block, tank, buff immunity. For 2 turns. If the target is a rebel, also inflicts speed down for 2 turns. The new one. Deals special damage to target enemy and inflict a debuff. Attackers, you stun for 2 turns. Healers and supports, you ability block for 2 turns. And tanks, buff immunity for 2 turns. If the target is a rebel, also inflicts speed down for 2 turns. So basically all the same. All they're saying is 2 turns instead of just, I don't know, I guess 1 turn. Oh no, it says 2 turns there. Never mind. So what was added was, if all allies are ISB, expose and inflict vulnerable to the target enemy for 2 turns, and Director Krennic gains speed up for 2 turns. Unique 1. Immeasurable power. Old final text. Director Krennic gains 10% critical damage for each debuffed enemy and 10% critical damage for each rebel enemy. If Death Trooper is present, he also gains these bonuses. While in Grand Arenas, Krennic gains plus 30% defense penetration, health, and offense. If Death Trooper is present, he also gains these bonuses. Whenever Krennic attacks, Death Trooper is called to assist and has his cooldowns reduced by 1. While allied Death Trooper is active, both Krennic and Death Trooper ignore taunt effects. New final text. Director Krennic has the 10%, blah blah blah. Same thing for maybe that's slightly different. Hold on. Director Krennic gains 10% critical damage for each debuffed enemy and 10% critical damage for each rebel enemy. Director Krennic also gains 10% critical chance for each ISB ally. If Death Trooper is present, he also gains these bonuses. While in Grand Arenas, Krennic gains 30% defense penetration, health, and offense. If Death Trooper is present, he also gains these bonuses. Whenever Krennic attacks, Death Trooper is called to assist and has his cooldowns reduced by 1. While allied Death Trooper is active, both Krennic and Death Trooper ignore taunt effect. Okay, so that was basically exactly the same, other than if there's ISB allies, Krennic gains 10% critical chance. That's kind of lame. Alright, now, Chain of Command. This is kind of the same exact thing as Imperial Probe Droid. You know, if all allies are ISB, Director Krennic starts the encounter at rank 3 and can't have his rank decreased. Oh, that's cool. If Major Partagas is in the ally leader slot, all chance effects are increased to 100%. That's good too. Upgrades. 1. Whenever a rank 3 ISB ally is defeated, dispel all buffs from all enemies and inflict with target lock. 2. If there are 5 ISB allies present at the start of battle, Director Krennic summons a Death Trooper with the ISB tag. And when Director Krennic uses the ability to deploy garrisons, summon Death Trooper instead of reviving him. Grant Death Trooper rank 1, which can't be increased. Instead of reviving him. That's basically the same thing. What are you talking about? Well, summon him instead of reviving him. Okay, he comes back, so it's the same thing. Now this is just that same exact thing again, just all crushed together, I guess. They kind of split it up top, and then they smash it together. The comments I don't think are that juicy, so I'm not really going to go through these. It's just kind of people making fun of each other almost. But yeah, so there it is, a change to Krennic and Imperial Probe Droid. Krennic is kind of lame, actually, I didn't realize. But Imperial Probe Droid seems okay, you know, his constant blowing up and reviving and stuff. I mean, the revive only works if he blows himself up, so I mean, if an enemy defeats him, then that's it, it's game over. He has to blow himself up to revive, but still, that potential is there, and that's cool. So anyways, yeah, that is all I got for this one. I just wanted to go over those updates, and yeah. Until next time, thanks for checking this out, and I should see you. Oh, actually, you know what? I wanted to take a look at these guys. I completely forgot about that. So first off, for ISB, all we have is these two. And as you see, they have some 2s. So something happened over here on their... Oh, yeah, that's why. Does it say something happened on their abilities? Yes, it's because they added Chain of Command. So, oh, okay. So this move... yeah, this is basically like a bounty hunter's payout. How it only moves up 2 levels. And, does he now? I thought, oh yeah, I never gave him his Omicron. Never mind, I was gonna say, does he have 2 Omicrons now? No, he doesn't. I never gave him his Omicron. I did give him his Omicron, though, which is still there. They didn't take it off, so that's cool. And then his Chain of Command nonsense. There you go, I guess. Doesn't really do much to the power. I just wanted to see what would happen. Nothing, but whatever. So, yeah, that's it. Everything's roughly the same, other than the words changed, I guess. And, yeah, they gained an ability, sort of. So, yeah, now, thanks for checking this out, and until next time, I said see ya.